Coming up today on This Is True Really News, Lost in Translation. If you like things that don't translate well back to English the way we like things that don't translate well back to English, then you're going to want to hear this.
Who is this we you speak of, Jester?
Well, these all happen to be Japanese. Oh. They're really good at making signs in two languages.
Well, they can make signs in two languages.
Yes, they
really
can.
Good can be a little subjective.
Well, they're really good at it for our purposes.
True.
So, if you like that stuff, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. If you want to leave a comment, please just leave it wherever you find us. If your comment is longer, you want to send us a picture or a story that's longer, send it to TITR@netradio.network.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
You know, remember Illinois?
I remember Illinois.
If it ain't Chicago, it's corn. Yeah. Well, apparently, even Chicago has its fair share of corny. No, it's not. It's just weird. Okay. At O'Hare Airport, which is one of the busiest airports in the entire world.
Yep. Been there numerous times.
Apparently, according to legend and the news page, a lost DoorDash driver on May 17th made it past the security gate onto the tarmac and drove a pretty good distance before finally being stopped by airport personnel, says WKRC TV.
Somebody up in the offices was apoplectic.
There are so many questions.
Oh, man. Did he deliver the food?
What the hell address did he have, which I don't know? No. The 36-year-old driver was stopped near a grounded aircraft, showed the food and the receipt that he was trying to deliver, and was released without any citations.
It's just not here, dude, that way.
By the way, the security employee at the gate,
yep.
Yeah, she needs a job now after letting that car pass through her post. Apparently, and it's not just at O'Hare, but apparently DoorDash drivers and their vehicles are not welcome on any tarmac at an airport.
No.
I don't understand why. I mean, what if you're the guy that's throwing the luggage on the plane?
And you need a snack.
Yeah. What address could possibly get you there? That's
a funny thing because I have never paid any attention to, No, I've just never paid attention to what the address of an airport might be. It's just the airport.
You go to the airport.
Yeah. And
only in New York do you have to know the name of the airport.
If I put it in GPS,
yep.
I'll say, take me to Kennedy. Take me to whatever. Kennedy doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Well, there's LaGuardia. I'll bet Kennedy is
Reagan
still there.
International.
I thought that was more D.C.
Oh, yeah, you're right. What was I thinking?
Hang on. I'm going to look at major airports now while you do a story. Lost
in Translation.
Oh, more fun than Lost in Space, but it doesn't have warning, danger, Will Robinson.
So this is a linked bunch of signs, 5 of them in a row. Are you ready?
Sure.
And hang on, let me take a quick look. I'm just trying to make sure. Okay, yeah. Lost in Translation. Kick your ass is wrong. I don't want to be right. I think that means there's going to be a fight. I just think.
Nope, I'm going to stick with okay.
King of Shoot the Shit.
Huh?
King of Shoot the Shit.
Yeah, they missed on that one, I'm pretty sure.
No smoking, I will crazy. But
I hear you, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't understand you, but I hear you.
No beer, no dad. You are my love, my angle. Don't treat me like a potato. On a sweatshirt. What? Yeah, right? So I guess they don't want forks stuck in them and be thrown into a oven. This is on a sweatshirt at a clothing shop. Have a good dye.
Okay. Unintentionally funny.
Buy a man eat fish he day. Teach fish man to a lifetime. Just
so close.
And this is my favorite. I'm not going to read all of it because you can't.
Okay.
Let your sml change the woppled. I'm Juat Lico so tirad of caring what Puplo think and worrying if Puplo loco Lyco Mo or Aro talking crap about Mo. Lyco, it's honestly getting to be way too much, and I am just so dono with protonding Imfino, and it's all good, Bokosk. I'm not, and it's just like, I just can't go on.
So the Swedish chef is basically doing their translations.
There
wasn't one flurp in there, though. That's
no, there was not. But there might have been a pork, somewhere in there.
Could be, yeah.
Let your sml change the woppled.
That might be, that line is classic right there.
Let your sml change the woppled.
I think that was probably written first by Shakespeare.
Likely. And then his wife said, no. So
I looked up airports.
Okay.
The busiest airport in the country is, and I knew this, Atlanta. Hartsfield-Jackson International.
Yep. Okay.
LAX is number 2. Dallas-Fort Worth is number 3.
Okay.
Denver, number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the aforementioned O'Hare, where a car just went tooling right out onto the tarmac with your DoorDash dining, is number 5.
Wow.
We have to go to number 6 to finally get to New York. That's JFK.
Okay.
Then comes Orlando Harry Reid International Airport in Vegas. I always have a hard time flying into Vegas. I'm not that much of a gambler. Charlotte Douglas International
but you can
Airport.
Get decent, cheap food while you're there. And you can catch a fun show. Ann and I did Blue Man Group.
That's fun.
It was a gas.
Miami International is number 10. Only one of the New York airports is in the top 10.
Right, JFK, right?
And I'm looking up through number 20.
Yeah.
Minneapolis-St. Paul is busier than LaGuardia, which I think, didn't they just undergo a major facelift?
They may have. I mean, LaGuardia is pretty old. He's been dead a long time. They'd have to do something with his face.
Not him, the airport.
Oh.
Hang on. Where was it? Oh, Reagan, D.C. is at 24. Yep.
That makes sense.
Isn't there? I thought there was more than 2 airports.
There are. You just named about 15 of them.
Shut up. Wait till I'm done with my sentence or you sound like well, look at the hat. In London's Brockwell Park, the annual Lambeth Country Show kicked off on June 7th. Yay! There were livestock competitions, sheep shearing contests, and, most notably, a sculpture contest. Said one fairgoer, every year this is what we get so excited about, the vegetable sculptures. So for those of you that think, well, wow, I don't want to go to London, it's too posh, apparently it's not. She added, we love the political ones. For example, one sculpture featured Catholic cardinals all gathered together made of corn. Yes, they were having a cornclave. Another called Collie Parton was shown in a scene from 9 to Chive. President Donald Trump made
He would.
Yeah, butternut squash.
Of course.
By the way, you have to check something for me because I haven't yet.
Okay, it's what?
They tell me that if you watch CNN News, Donald Trump is oranger than anywhere else.
Oh, that I can't tell you.
Now I have the urge. It's the only reason I would ever watch CNN mode, and I look, they'd be babbling about something inconsequential.
Right. And my bet is, yeah, they'd do it. They're morons.
See, don't get me wrong. I understand. I'm not so naive as to not think that when Edward R. Murrow ran things, there was no political undertones. No, there always were. There always are. Mm-hmm. Just in the way you phrase things. It's just more overt now.
Yet they tell you, no, we're just giving you the news. No, we're not.
We're fair and honest.
No, you're not.
No.
Which is why simple.
Basically, I have a collection of things I watch here. That's my left side. Mm-hmm. Collection of things I watch here. That's my right side.
Okay.
There are very few in the middle.
No, well, that's why you're taking up reason.
There just aren't enough there.
There isn't very, very much, but there is stuff in the
reason can be very funny at times, but they get weird and off center too.
Oh, absolutely, they do. There is no question.
What is Candace Owens doing now?
Who's she with now?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
but she and Tucker Carlson are sounding like woke righties.
Something and that's happening. That's a thing. From Reason.com. Speaking of which. A Facebook post by Colorado.
I didn't call her a witch.
A Facebook post by Colorado's Aspen Police Department asks, what is this possibly fun but definitely illegal activity? Included with the post, a photo shows two children on a bike. One sitting on the seat and the other in the first rider's lap, riding on a sidewalk.
Okay.
Quote, Colorado law says that two up riding on a single-seat bike is against the law. And, of course, bikes are not allowed on sidewalks, the post continues. These sidewalk sallies could potentially hurt themselves or others. Post goes on to inform Aspen citizens that this behavior could result in a ticket or a trip to the emergency room, both of which seem like rather dramatic consequences for an activity that has been popular since the invention of bikes.
So tell me, did you wear knee pads, elbow pads, helmet when you were riding your bike?
Heck no. In fact, my very first two-wheel bike didn't even have pneumatic tires. You remember those? They had the
hard rubber?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
So when you hit...
Thanks, now my back hurts.
Well, it's not just my back that hurt, if you catch my drift.
It starts where you're sitting and goes straight up to your brain stem.
Well, I dropped onto the crossbar more than once.
That's not good either.
Yeah, see?
My favorite...
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, remember when 10 speeds were very popular?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which is the dumbest bicycle ever made. I mean, really. Give me my fastback with the banana seat and the sissy bar anytime.
And a 5-speed shifter.
And I don't know what else you call it, so if it's not a sissy bar, you can tell me.
Yeah,
it's certainly not a roll bar. But I had a 10-speed, and at that point around St. Cloud anyway, it was fashionable to have the racer toe clips.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we were out riding, and we had ridden quite a way. I think we're almost to Holdingford, for heaven's sakes.
Holy Pete. I was in Foley over the weekend.
And we were riding, and somehow or another, I was going at a speed that was probably not safe. Because, boys would never do that. Just waiting for the lightning. And the tires just went. They just slid right out from under me.
Oh, okay.
And I did the arm, the
slide,
leg.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of road rash. Do you know what I did the next day? I got elbow pads, No, wait, I didn't. I went out and rode my bike again.
And got dirt in the wounds.
Oh, there was still some there. Dude, I mean, we're talking gravelly road. That was...
Oh, I remember the time my brother Chris, no relation.
What I like is when you look at the arm, right, and it's got the scabbing all the way up here, and then there's one big lump, and you go,
yeah,
okay, found a piece of dirt we didn't get out.
My brother Chris, no relation, one time used my bike to go up to the Kenny's Market on 50th.
50th in France?
No, 50th and 100.
Okay.
right by our old house.
Yeah.
And you had to go west up, and it was all gravel. And he
How
wiped out.
old are you?
I know. I mean, Edina was a village at the time.
Well,
And
very hoity-toity village.
he had to sleep in my room.
They had their cake and ate it too.
It was delicious.
And others.
And here,
Then he moved to the lake.
Then shut up. He
Now, of course, the Combs family would live. Where would you live now?
Fort Snelling. So we can be close to mom and dad.
Inside joke. I like it.
There we go. But Chris wiped out and went over the handlebars and he was really hurt. And all night long in my room, they had him propped up because it hurt to lay down. And he still has a scar behind his elbow where he got torn up by the gravel. And
is Chris a boy?
He moaned all night. Moaned all night.
It's what boys do.
Yes, it is. It's also just the thing.
The best part, see, it's the reason I tell you. The human species should have died out long ago because teenage boys should not live to see old age. Because we are not that bright at times.
Anyway,
and if you get a herd of us together.
Yeah. Oh, boy. It gets dumb.
Stupid just exponentially expands. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The Tone Deaf Post was signed by the Aspen Police Department, protecting the Wild West on two wheels since the 1880s. Yeah. As you might imagine, the Post has garnered over 300 comments. I've been to Aspen.
Did anyone mention the fact that there probably weren't a lot of bikes in the 1880s?
Far more than the department's other posts. 300 comments, most of which were not thankful for the department's caution and concern. You ready? Tell me you don't have real crimes in Aspen without telling me you don't have real crimes. LOL, yes, our children should really be playing in the traffic, not away from it. Got it. Huh.
Okay, when you see bikers now,
yeah,
bike riders, not burly guys on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Half the time they're coming toward you.
Yeah. That
half
scares
the time
the poop out
they're
of
right
me.
next to your lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's frightening.
Oh, it is.
Wouldn't you rather see the traffic coming? No. I'd like to have them behind me because I have wheels. I'm supposed to be moving with traffic.
Yeah.
And kids on sidewalks are everywhere.
Yeah, I don't. The sidewalk really doesn't bother me much because they're pretty good around here.
Yeah, because it's too hard to straight arm them if they're off the curb.
So basically, every kid since the bicycle was invented has broken the law. Find a crime to deal with or reduce your force. Several commentators asked if the page was.
Well, you are in Aspen, so it's a little bit.
Several
center.
Commentators asked if the page was satire. Sadly, it's not.
By the way, if you check the Help Wanted ads now, there's probably a former person who worked for the police department who probably handled, I don't know, things like social media, who could probably use a helping hand.
Yeah, and I think this is something that the Colorado legislature should look into and go, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, God, no, not them. Where do you think all the people from... You realize that's one of the places all the people that left California moved to, right?
Well, yeah, that's it.
They broke California and said, let's go to Colorado. It's pretty there.
Yeah. And we got to get away from California because it's so bad. And then they get to Colorado and say, we need to make this more like California.
It's kind of like the whole illegal alien thing.
Well, it's kind of like,
I want to live in your country. Here's the flag where I came from. Let's burn a car.
That's the thing that I find so funny about so many immigrants. I came here for the opportunity, but I want this country to operate exactly the way my old country used to.
If you talk to folks who come in the legal way,
they don't
would put us to shame.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's true.
And a lot of them end up in Texas, just not Austin.
Yeah, oh boy. I wonder how that happens.
I have a friend who lives in Dallas, around Dallas. I think Denton, I think is where they live. So cowboy land.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, we get more and more of the Californians trying to move here, and we more and more keep trying to herd them to Austin so we can keep an eye on them. What they ought to start doing is keep a pot, a big cauldron,
right?
Yep.
Of tar boiling at the city limits.
Find it.
And a chicken
Right,
ranch.
put it right next to the chicken farm, and
Yeah.
it'd be great.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.